More than 24 hours after a wildfire forced some 300 people to leave their homes behind, residents of Telegraph Creek in northern BC still don't know when they'll be able to return. The crowds here have been chanting "Separate oil and state." It's one of dozens of rallies held not only across BC but across the whole country. And can you come to a middle ground and reach some compromises? Well, you have to concede a little bit on policy. Nearly 48 hours after this man was found in this area, you can still see behind me the crime scene investigators doing their work. 5 people are in the hospital tonight after a vintage plane from an American aircraft museum crashed early this evening.
And Tanya Fletcher has been looking into that for us.
And a pretty big development on that front just coming in moments ago, Ian. We have word from an airline official who was on a conference call that the U.S. Customs and Border Protection has told American-based airlines that they can once again board travelers who'd been barred by President Trump's executive order. Here in Squamish, as it is in many parts of the province, the wind has been shifting the wildfire smoke nearly hour by hour. Ailish, take us back to a few weeks ago when your husband first started noticing symptoms. What happened?
He was at work.
So you're the main support system for this family right now. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Sorry.
At 6.7 is where the Fraser is expected to crest on Monday. So if that does in fact happen, several of these properties behind could be under a lot of water. The flames ripped through a wood-framed housing complex early this morning. More than a dozen other tenants had to be hospitalized, and tonight upwards of 60 residents are homeless. Big news today out of Vancouver City Hall, and the big question is why Gregor Robertson is choosing not to seek re-election. And Sarah, just as you were speaking, I had our producer in my ear tell me that not only 19 casualties confirmed by police, but 50 others injured, and police are now treating this as a terrorism case. So the arena itself has a capacity for 21,000 people, and we are hearing that it was a sold-out concert. So 20,000 plus people in this arena, all leaving at once. And we are hearing, as far as the transportation on the ground, the nearest train station, that's Manchester's Victoria Station, was shut down completely. Last time we spoke, police were confirming they were about to do a controlled explosion. That's now happened, and they are saying that second possible explosive device, a controlled detonation, was basically a false alarm. It was a pile of clothes, so that's the latest on that front. I want to show you a statement again from the arena, though. They're saying that this happened outside the venue. And we should mention as well, a lot of these details we're bringing you, of course, it's a fluid situation, as these breaking stories often are. So we are bringing you a confirmed official word from police and those verified sources, but a lot of this information is coming from witnesses. It is a lot of it hearsay, and so these details, often the death toll can fluctuate as well. So we'll bring you the latest as those developments come in. The courtroom was packed, well over 50 friends and family members from both sides, as this has been a very high-profile and emotionally charged case. We talk about the Greens holding the balance of power, where there's been talk about vote splitting on the left. And Andrew Weaver says, you know what, I'm always about policy and not politics. So he has said if he is the one and only candidate still remaining who wins his seat for the Greens, he'll consider that a failure. The First Avenue, of course, is a major east-west thoroughfare for commuters coming into and going out of downtown. And you can really see today these partial closures kicking in, really affecting the rush hour traffic. If you happen to be strolling around Cole Harbour today, you may have witnessed history without even knowing it. This weekend marked the first ever Vancouver International Bird Festival. Keep in mind that since February, where gas was around $1.30 in Vancouver, the price has been steadily increasing. And this week alone, we've seen that record high break twice. The district says the rent money coming in from those 10,000 or so residents basically allows them to break even. After weeks of waiting, a rare and smelly flower has bloomed in Vancouver. It's just 1 degree at the top of Grouse Mountain, where there's also 10 centimeters of snow already. Johanna Wagstaff is here with our first look at the forecast. And Joe, over the weekend, weather took me back to my Alberta days. I think we even saw some lightning as those thunderstorms moved through. And let's take a look at that short-range forecast, starting with the current temperatures. Quite mild out there still, 19 degrees at the airport. Our overnight low will be 15, mainly clear other than some of that wildfire smoke still sticking around. But right behind me is the Prime Minister. Justin Trudeau is here for the Pride Parade.